Hakeem Olajuwon has scored his team's last 12 points. 7 points to finish regulation time and 5 points in overtime, and has 42 points, 22 rebounds, a career playoff high in both categories for Olajuwon.
And I'll tell you, he has defeated that double-teaming defense that Bernie Bickerstaff has used, mainly by making the move on the catch.
Looking for Ellis off the screen, and Ellis ties it up.
Now, Ralph Sampson just did not switch out and help on Ellis after Reed got picked off.
2 minutes to go. We're in overtime.
2 minutes.
And this is where we started the game, and this is where we started OT. Tied. Olajuwon. Sampson tries to keep it alive, and the rebound to Chambers.
Trying to lob one to Sampson, but Chambers did an outstanding job of denying him the position for the lob.
Chambers setting a screen, Nate McMillan. Chambers gets it back, defended by Sampson with 4 seconds. Double team and a good one. And they tie it up, and Maxwell made that play for the Rockets.
Here's Chambers guarding Ralph Sampson, really denying that position. They're all over the passer, so it's going to be a tough lob pass. They actually have to turn him down. Chambers giving no ground whatsoever to Sampson, and Olajuwon forced to take a shot with 2 men in his face.
The Rockets will call a timeout after Cedric Maxwell doubled nicely on Chambers and created the situation. And we'll take a break as well, with that much time remaining in the first overtime of our Game 6 Western semifinals. What a great revival of basketball interest in the Pacific Northwest, and the Seattle Sonics coming out of nowhere in the playoffs. And Bernie Bickerstaff, who has led the team, and he told us today, Tommy, what Casey Jones told him. Be yourself. Don't be a phony. Players will know it if you're not yourself.
Well, he played assistant coach for a lot of good coaches, but I think the soundest advice is what Casey did tell him, and he's been doing exactly that. And he's a guy who really treats players as people, as a live person, not just a basketball player.
We have a jump ball. There's the timeout story. Houston still has 1 foul to give, which could come into play. Chambers will be jumping against Olajuwon. Houston has it with 1:23.
Gray's going to be under the gun. Ellis is not really that good a defender, but they're going to match up with McRae and Ellis.
Hakeem has scored the last 12 points the Rockets have scored. Rebound Lucas. Outlet to McMillan. 2-on-1 break. McDaniel. And McMillan keeps it alive with a new clock and under a minute to play.
That was great defense by Reed to cut off the layup.
Sampson knocks it out of bounds as McDaniel made a careless high pass. And the Sonics were fortunate, and now Bernie Bickerstaff wants to talk it over again. Timeout with 53 seconds remaining in overtime and 18 seconds remaining on the 24-second clock.
There you see the long outlet pass that starts the fast break, but you watch Reed, he's got both of them, and then he goes and cuts off the angle and just makes McDaniel take the pull-up shot, not a true layup. They do come up with the rebound, but Reed sure did his job on stopping that 2-on-1 fast break.
18 seconds on the clock. And Seattle has the ball. And basically, down the stretch, Tommy, it's been Hakeem for Houston, and it has been Chambers, basically, for Seattle.
Well, Chambers has a little versatility to his game. He can put it on the floor and drive to the basket. Sampson's got 5 fouls, and he may be a little reluctant to foul out. But what has set up his ability to drive, Tom Chambers, is hitting his outside shot, which he has not done so effectively in this ball game. So Sampson has to go rush at him. I think Ellis might be a pretty good guy to go to right now, coming off a pick, get a free shot.
This is a team, the Sonics, that could, believe it or not, end up with a lottery pick in this year's draft. And the lottery, of course, coming your way Sunday at halftime of our game, and you'll see it on CBS Live. If the New York Knicks don't have one of the first 3 picks, the Seattle Sonics will have a lottery pick this year in the deal that sent guard Gerald Henderson to New York. So an up-and-coming team could get richer if they get a break. In New York, they're hoping not.
Let's see if they can come up with a wide-open shot. Ellis is furthest away from the ball at the foul line, and they try and pick him to the ball.
18 seconds on the shot clock. We're tied at 112 in overtime with that much time remaining. Ellis.
He didn't set up the pick properly. He didn't take Reed far up, under enough so that Lucas could pick him off.
And now Houston with a chance to take the lead, and 15 on the clock for them.
And that's an illegal defense by the Sonics, and they're not calling it.
Reed, scoop shot goes for Robert Reed.
They double-teamed Olajuwon without the ball, and it was never called.
Chambers ties it up again and draws the foul.
The foul is on Robert Reed. His first in the last 2 minutes. Chambers will go to the line. 1 for Seattle.
That's what you call a finish to a fast break. Chambers has really advanced up the court, and he's on the fly. And once he's up in the air, he goes way over the head of Robert Reed and crams it through. Let's take a look at Reed's basket on the play before, after the free throw.
He can put the Sonics in front. 115 to 114, and Chambers had scored 6 points in the OT.